Let's start this thing.
There it goes. All right, everyone. Get the actual music on. I will sort that out. I don't know what timing error I've made, but I'll fix it. Okay. We got Tammin here. Let's have a look. I haven't been on Tammin today. I haven't been on Crimson today either. I've been a neglectful Swaggo player. Let's see. We can collect these. It's a thing to do. And I can spend some energy. That's another thing I can do. Can I get any of these dookies? I'm in a weird position where I would actually like to get Thatcher to Rowlet before working on Hunter. So even if I got this done, I'm not sure I'd want to do it. Okay, all sorted that. Yeah, everything's going to tickle over a little bit, so, well, trickle over, not tickle over. The tickle over would be interesting. Okay, so, I'm going to go straight into Grand Arena. As you can see, we've had a bad week so far. Nil 2. Add that into the nil, well, 1-2, yeah, the 1-2 we had last week. 1-4 for the season. So I essentially need to win every single round now to actually come out with a positive win rate. Okay. So, Wooden Spoon race against Ragetitian? Ragetitian? I do love a name. Alright, let's see what Ragetitian's got. So they represent in IE Dathomir. GP-wise, I'm ahead of them, 12.5 to 12.1. The Zetas were ahead, 328 to 305. Omicron's 50 to 43. They've got all the GLs, 7 to 9. Ralix, 257 to 225, again, nice to see. Break down the Ralix. Wow, we've got more R9s. I don't think I've said that in all the time I've been doing this, so that's nice. Alright, fair enough, they've got 36 to my 15. We're ahead on the 7s, 96 to 64, and the 5s were ahead 87 to 71, so I'm going to take my little fist bump. I am actually ahead for a change on one of these scores. Speeds, 106 to 30 on the 25s, 322 to 173 on the 20s, and 485 to 380 on the 15s. And then we got the Datacrons. I'm assuming they've re-rolled more. Fair play. Just looking at it, looks like they've got a few incomplete sets. They've got a speed set on C, which doesn't make sense. A speed set on Rate, which doesn't make sense. And she's crazy fast. So yeah, questionable modding. I think that's the go-to phrase here. Yeah, questionable modding. I'm sure there is another thing you could say, but I'll be polite. I'll give them the due, they like a speed set. Okay, so Cat's the fastest, then Doxavision Ray, Rex, Malgus, Revan, Starkiller, the other Revan, Boss, Gak, and Drogon. I wouldn't say all of them deserve to be that fast at this point in the game, but I would say none of them are bad fast. So, yeah, interesting. So I did plan last night for this, and it's disappeared. Of course it's disappeared. Why wouldn't it stay? You know, that would be easy. Alright, let me just copy in the plan, because I actually was happy with the plan. I made a screenshot of it, thankfully. I must have suspected something would happen. Alright, so we're going to do... Actually, this isn't the plan. Just realised this is not the plan. This would be last night. Is that it? No, that's the same. How about this? Hey, that's it. Right. Got there in the end. So I do still need to put the teams in, but it's a step forward. So let's do this and this. This and this. I really hope that's a thing. And that. That and that. And then I think we're there. And I did put the ship counters in. I've got them in my head at least. Obviously this could change. They might put things down that we aren't expecting, but for now, let's see what they've done. So I have made a couple of changes. My north wall now, and I'm just going to change my cameras here so you can see clearer. It's largely the same. We've still got the same Raycon. We've still got Chapti, Echo with Queen Amidala, Great Mothers, DCMG. I have something TIE Fighter Pilot. I'm not convinced it makes the team better, but I do feel it at least elevates it as far as the Datacron. You know, they will get the stats a bit, well, not stats, the stats to a degree, I suppose. My Relic 1 Death Trooper was bringing it down, so I thought let's just try and buff it that way a little bit. The front wall I've changed a bit. We've got the not the Great Mothers, we've got Raver on the front wall, Freya, we've got Gas, and Finn Zori. Now, I have taken Savage up to Relic 5 since lock-in, so he will be there for the short term. I say for the short term, they're all Relic 5. I didn't want to take him to 7 because he would be an anomaly. So he's going to chill at 5 for a bit like the rest of them, and then hopefully one day I can loop back and bump him up a bit more. But for now, he can stay at Relic 5. Okay, obviously we're not going to touch on the back wall whilst they haven't attacked, so let's just check what they've done. We can see Starkiller, we can see DTMG, Night Sisters, and Kala and Beck. Okay, promising. Here we've got Ahsoka with Ezra. We've got Rey. We've got Queen Amidala. Interesting with Tech. And we've got Afra. Oh, sorry, we've got Jabba for Afra. What's the prom? Oh, got armor pen. Fair enough. So, I feel like this plan I've got is fairly sound. I wouldn't mind racing through it as quick as I can just so that I feel confident. So, what shall we do? Shall we start with Leia? Right, unlike last time, I just want to make sure that R2 is here. It'd be pretty mild to say I raced in a bit last time. And without further ado, let's go. Okay, so let's just see if we can remove that turn meter. Or stun. Great. I'm not going to do the special because I don't want to have Leia taunting. Alright, Drogon, nice big hit, please. Lovely. I wouldn't mind hitting Hu Yang. If I use that ability from Adrad, I want it to be at the end when it's effectively a heal. Oh, damage immunity. Okay, that was a waste. Stun's alright. Again, we'll still turn meter. It's only a touch, but we can do it. Can we stun Hera? Or General Syndulla? Oop, I don't like Adrad getting hit like that. Shall we see if we can do it? Ah, a bit early. No matter. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Jin's looking okay. Let's pop that on Leia, just so Leia can be a bit healthy if Ahsoka hits her. Alright, Ahsoka's a tank, so we'll all go in. Alright, I'm going to do that. I don't think it... Oh, we got the 75 total. Brilliant. Good first battle. Alright, next up. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go for that. Oh, hang on. I just remembered. Wrong Crom. We go for that one with the armor pen. Alright, I saw crew and I got a little distracted thinking I was doing a first order team. Yeah, that should be fine. Something tells me this guy didn't change his defense at all. This feels like a team from last season with Fulcrum. Or the last seasons. Okay, that's fine. Let's throw rocks at Ben. We'll do that. That way, Farron will assist. Another whirlwind, okay. That's fine. Oh wow, look at all them stacks of Edge of Atlas. Bleeding hell. Smack Ray. And hopefully this is a multi-kill. 64. One banner dropped in 2. We will take it. Alright, next up is Jab Jab. Let's bring in the scoundrels. And say they did get slapped, didn't they, Asher? How you doing? We got the droids. And let's send in another droid. And Vader. I am genuinely curious if I could afford to 3-man it. I don't want to chance it because I get the feeling I would get owned by accident, but I'm curious. I bet there's someone up in Card 1 who's done it. Yeah, of course you can 3-man it. Okay. Alright, burn baby burn. Let's delete Boosh. Go on, we'll Crush, Basic, and Cull. Bit of Armor Shred. You like being rude, don't you, Jabba? Right, just bye-bye, Scando. I haven't got time for you. Burn, baby, burn. I don't like that ability as far as it says call and assist, but it assists itself. It's like, it's a mechanic that just bugs me. I wouldn't mind reading the ability text just to clarify what it says it does. Alright, back again. What does it say? Deal physical damage to a target enemy and call a random ally to assist. For me, that feels bugged, because the droid is not an ally of itself, surely. I don't know. I suppose technically it will count because it's doing it, but it doesn't feel in the spirit of the ability. You know, when I've got Vader, BT, even IG, I don't want to be calling the droid to assist. Right, again, one banner drop, but 64. Still feels reasonably high. Next up, health. Let's do this, I guess. Sucky, suck, suck, suck. And swipe, swipe, swipe. Oh, add an impact. I know it's what you have to do, but is it bad that I would like it if Sass could survive? No, she's dead. I know that she has to die for the greater good, but it's still that bit of me where I'm like, but really? I know. That Kron's going to be horrendous, isn't it? I mean, I think in that Rey team, it could be really horrid. Well, maybe not that specific Rey team, but you know, like how everyone's been putting Ezra in there, I think they could probably afford to move Ezra out, put Barriss in. That's where my head's going. I might be wrong. I'll tell you what, before we move on, I will do that. I'm going to move Barriss up to my favourites list. Just try and give her some priority gear after Batch is done. Because I think having her at Rallix will be a big, massive plus. Although, ironically, she could just have a Datacron and be fine. Oh, sorry, correction, she's not, I forgot she wasn't the focus Datacron. Imagine if it was focus, though, and you could put her at any gear level. Yeah, if she dies first, she's just going to pass 100% offense to everyone, so it's definitely better for us. Okay, so Mon and Bosk are still here, but instead of GG, it's the Great Mothers. I'm trying to think what my go-to Great Mothers counter would be. Like I said, that's suggested. Is Sidious doing it? Okay. Sorry, this isn't me doubting. It's more just a case of I am genuinely curious what it's running at. Okay. It could be a case of throwing them as causing a bit of issue. Like 54, 25% win rate versus 94. Yeah, no Marin there. Well, saying that, I've actually said Sidious for this. Let me double check that I am right, that's working. I'm sure I've heard that that is a counter. Oh, I'm wrong season. Try again. Yeah, that's looking 100%. So I think I'm going to keep Sid where he is just for the fact that that is like a statistically looking strong. Maybe what I'd do, we move Malgus from there to there. Yeah, and just do full first order on this. Yeah, I think that could be fine. I mean, I suppose the alternative would be maybe swap these two around. Yeah, I think that's okay. Just how these past 2 weeks have gone, I'm essentially looking for counters that are locked on, because I feel like I've lost too many rounds on fine margins. Like this week it wouldn't say it on paper compared to last week, but I feel like with this week it's been a case of losing a battle early and then trying to make up for it, and it was already gone with the first battle, but I sort of compounded it later on. So, yeah, in my head, that's where I am. I'm thinking, can we just try and tidy this up a bit? Okay, that's a heal. Alright, we'll take that. I'm looking for the suck off Malik and the leap off Malgus. I feel like both have been on a cooldown for a while. There we go. I'm fearing for Malgus a little bit here. I feel like he could just get squishy at the wrong time. Alright, I've just seen an Abrex coming. I will hold my hands up. I don't know exactly what Night Troopers does. I know Marin's vaguely, but also no Marin here, so. Maybe you meant Morgan? Yeah. I mean, the lack of armies certainly helps regardless. You know, you'd rather not have them than have them. There we go, 65. Yeah. Let's have a quick look. Morgan's stagger bows all enemies. Inflict them with buff immunity. If they're inflicted with defense down, they will deal additional 5% damage. Okay. That's actually not bad. Cooldown decrease. And frenzy. I don't think I've ever seen that in impact make an impact. You know, like I've never noticed frenzy across the board and gone, ooh. I think it's because a lot of the counters just negate it. Like, buff, we have shocks or buff immunities or those kind of things just preventing it. Kind of cool to think about, though. So 100% max health and plus 35 speed. That first bit especially would be annoying. Immune to termite reduction. I wouldn't say there's any of that in the Senpai team, is there? What? Unless we're counting fear. I suppose it depends what fear is in that terms. So if they are in the lead slot as an Imperial Remnant, not applicable. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with blight this way, so yeah, again. Yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because again, I've not really paid much note to those Omicrons. They've kind of just been there. You know, like if I felt I needed them, I would have gone and got them. But yeah, they've always been sort of those armies you can sleep on a bit, aren't they? Alright, from the stats at the start, we saw that Bosk was pretty quick. At least relative to this guy's roster. So 322. Zam is at 298. $298 times 1. It's in times, is it? It's times 0.8. Oh no, it's... Here we go. It's times 0.2. There we go. 59.6. That's how much she's granting, isn't it? Been a while since I've done the math on it. So yeah, 59.6, and then add on 322. That's 381 effective. I think I'll still be fine because Bulba can just... He gains a lot of speed with the Datacron. Well, it's going to be interesting. I've not actually tried it for obvious reasons. Alright, we're just waiting for the ad break to wrap up on Twitch. And then we'll hop in. Well, yeah, he has 100% speed while he has fewer than 10 stacks of momentum. So he should go pretty quick. Can't be crit, and he's going counter. I know I'm just going through his abilities a bit here, but... While buffed, damage a debuffed enemy 20 times. Enemies must be debuffed before the start of an attack to count progress. And am I wrong in thinking this Kron actually applies debuffs? He gains 3 stacks of Beskar and all enemies inflicted with target lock, so yeah, they're permanently debuffed. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it gives them instant defeat immunity. Yeah, instant defeat immunity, so I think we've got a good chance here. If not, we'll learn something. Alright, that's one. Well, so much for that. Not a fan of that. I feel like something went wrong there. Yeah, I mean, I'll give Bulbury's due. That wasn't a instant defeat. You know, it wasn't like a Mando rifle scope, but it was still permakill. So I respect why that happened. I'm trying to think of the turn order though. Bosk Haunted. Was Grief actually lined up well? Yeah, 300. It was pretty lined up well. Bit of a shame that. Alright, let's go with plan B. Or a plan B. I ain't got the Gungans on my sheet, so they can step in. But yeah, you're not wrong. It sucks a bit for my plan. I'd had higher hopes for it. Especially after what I said about not wanting to drop battles without good reason. Right, you're stunned, your ability blocks, so let's go over there and just keep you quiet. Killed Jabba? Oh, that's interesting. I can't say I've heard about that. Alright, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that isn't a counter I've heard about, to be honest. I'll keep that in mind because I feel like I do alright with Aphra, but if I see a Jabba in my fleet shard, I'm saying that, I'm going to assume Jar Jar's... Hey, where's that, Josh? I'm assuming Jar Jar's Omicrons play a part, so that way I couldn't test it in squad arenas to get the hang of it. Still, I might keep that in mind for next week, because if I could put Aphra on defense to mix things up, that could be really tasty. Alright, let's give that to Cal. You just full on memeing Anakin from Phantom Menace. Alright, let's just daze you and pass that there. You know, it's funny, because of Aphra, I wouldn't say I've forgotten about those crowns because my free-to-play does suffer a bit, but on my main, I've just not even thought about it, you know, so yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to have to rethink. This feels like such a waste of this, but I feel like I might as well just get rid of this dude now. You know, just kill him off and then we can just come back to him, essentially. I mean, at least JML's smacking him every time. Like, you will go down. You know, it's weird. I haven't spent on the game for about a month or two now. But what I will say, the Datacrons that are coming up, focused ones, they do give me that little itch to like get the extra episode currency. Probably a statistical waste of money, but it's just that fact of being able to get JML ults extra early. It's like, So the thicker the jabber, the harder it might get. Okay. You know, for a second I thought I hadn't got the Sidious Crom. It was staring me right in the face. I think I've got decent mods on mine. I might be mistaken. Okay, there's the cleanse. And say, in your own time, Sid. Alright, Starkiller should go. And Visas. There we go. You know, it's almost tempting to do 2-man here, but should we take Stormtrooper in just to be safe? But then I'm thinking hooks as well for the turn meter. Feels like I've gone from trying to save banners to just not doing it. Go on, let's just stop you hitting us. Alright, no revives. Just kind of in an Edna mode. No revive. $64. Okay, so maybe with the numbers on the team, that's not great, but... Oh, tablets. I'm glad I heard that. Okay. Okay. Put that there. Link DTMG. And I think Moff Gideon would be a safe one in terms of how fast he usually is. Although it seems like they've got Scout faster, which was a bit silly on my side, not checking. Ooh, okay, that was a pretty rough hit for what? Alright, we'll link again, but this time we'll go for Scout. Just because Scout is technically the quickest. Alright, I don't like Armor Shred. What's that? Relic level? Relic 8, no wonder it was giving me a smacking. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ult now because I need to try and damage the Death Trooper as quick as I can. Okay, so we didn't actually get it, but we have at least got access to it. I think we should be okay from here. Just the fact that Death Trooper can't crit now should be all we need. I mean, granted, we can't crit at Enoch, but it gives us a chance to heal. Oh, we have healed. Okay, 65. And then put Cartel here. Bit of overkill, but we might as well. Let's go all in on Anakin. We're not going to throw the thermal straight out. Just because there's a load of foresight. Let's pass that to Jab Jab. Alright, tank revive Kron. Good to know. Alright, hello there. We're on the final character battle. So, very quick one so far to start off with. We've had one drop, which I was a little sad about. I tried Dad Bob Bulber against Bounty Hunters, and yeah, it didn't line up well. But everything else has gone pretty smooth. So, one counter aside, we've done fine. I just hope it doesn't cost me. That's the thing that's bugging me. Right, now I have changed my defense on Fleet as well. So it means for the first time in a while, I'm doing this. Actually, saying that, I saved them last night, didn't I? Oh, I saved one of them. Right. Let me do that. Can I just change the capital ship? Yeah. Okay. Right, bear with me, because I'm probably not going to see some messages for a minute. Let me just hide that. Just need a little refresher on what I'm doing, so we do that straight away. Can I move this over here? Maybe not. Put it like this. I'm not comfortable doing this, but I felt like I needed to toughen up my fleet defense a bit. So I thought, let's join the Galactic Republic side. Okay. Okay, then we do this. Bring in Abanork. Yeah, we're probably going to lose Rex in a second. Okay, let's reapply chaff. Let's bring in Anakin. Okay, Houndstooth down. I really wish I could get to punishing one. Just been sneaky hiding. Oh, it's happy there as well, isn't it? Little git. Oh, you little swine. Alright, go on, just get rid of you. Oh, you little... I feel like I'm doing some sort of Homer Simpson parody. Alright, turn me up. Okay. Oh, come on. Counterattack, surely. There we go. Alright. Not great banners, but we got through it. Okay. That does afford us wiggle room, so we can do Profundity here. Interesting that Rex is in the starting lineup. Yeah, let's just go straight for Anakin. Let's fly by, that's to 56%. Alright, Days on Marauder is nice. I mean, sure, Retribution is cool for them, I guess, but it's not gonna bother me. Interesting how Marauder gave itself stealth. Surpreso. Just a nice bit of damage immunity there. Not Marauder. Profundity. Profundity was going to be my counter for Leviathan. Negotiator Endurance was going to be the counter for Executor, and honestly, I did check what they set, so if there had also been a Profundity, I may have been a bit stuck, but at that point I'd be thinking, well, they're hopefully a bit stuck as well. That was the thinking. Right, so I said Radis in my original plan, so I will stick with it. For Prof Lev, yeah. So on defense, I've got the Assassin and I think it might be Scimitar. My hope is that at the very least it's not a comfortable battle for him, but we'll see. There is a bit of me thinking I could always risk Biggs. I have won with Biggs before instead of Mark 1. Sorry, Mark 6. But it's a lot more RNG. Alright, one down. Oh. Becoming a recurring thing in this battle. And I did this last time and I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try my damnedest to get this Vulture out before... Because I don't think there's a way I can get buff immunity, is there? No. Okay, I could give that a go. Oh, saying I have actually got the... I've got Atbar Rogue One on my defense as well, oddly enough. Let's do that. This is twice I've been gypped by this counter. $64. Not clean, but 1820, I'll take it. I think I've been below 1800 each round this week, so we finished above it. Yeah, I think that's the only benefit to Profundity, that it does at least work that way. Did I say Profundity? I meant Radis. Sorry. But yeah, one drop. I shouldn't have gambled. I honestly thought it'd be safer than it was, but I shouldn't have gambled. I should have gone for something a lot more cleaner, but... oh well. It's what happens. And I got a quest done. Skill rating, let's have a look. Currently 3415, so hopefully a win could bump us back up a little bit, because I feel like I'm in the bottom half of Kaiba 2, and I would rather be in the top half. Not so much that I think I should be there, but I just don't want to risk getting relegated. I feel like nestling in Kaiba 2 is the nice position, you know? Alright. Crimson's loading up. I'm going to run an ad break now on Twitch just to get it out of the way, and then we can see what's going on here. I feel like today went very smooth on timing. Even though we had that drop, it felt smooth because I was able to plan it out last night. So even though I hadn't got like a list of counters, which I prefer if I was doing this, I felt like I at least kind of knew what I was going to be doing, whereas I've come into a few of these lately and I've not known what counters I'm going to be running into. So it's nice when you've got that little bit of foreknowledge, you know, you're able to say, right, we're doing this today. The Berm with the raid. Party 4. Hello there, everyone. How you doing? We're just switching over from my main account to my free-to-play account while an ad's running on Twitch, which makes me think you could be running into that ad now I'm saying that. Thanks. A raid's a raid. I appreciate it, Berm. Hope you're doing alright, man. Ali, it's nice after first week of the season because then you can plan a bit more and know what stuff failed, etc. I completely agree. I mean, I think that's been my biggest issue, that in the first week you just don't really know what you're doing. So it's always nice when you get that second chat, well, the chances in the second week to make amends, don't you? Let me just do this quickly. We're at the end of the ad break, so I can put the screen on now. There we go. And say double screen time for Bert. Can I just get my dashboard up a second? There we go. There we go. I need my commands back. Or at least I need my buttons ready. Alright, so this is what we're expecting today. Correction, we're not expecting this on defense. I've just realised that's my round 1 opponent. I've been lazy and I haven't copied it up. Do I know you, Shimok? I don't know you, so I'm rejecting it, but if I do know you and there's a reason, resend it. Did you know you could sell tech for free on eBay? I'm going to say, I feel like I've just walked into an advert. I'm going to assume that that is an eBay advert on YouTube. Oh, I just realised I didn't join TW. Very good time to see that. Oh, was that the plan screen? Oh, I feel for Bit Dynasty, honestly. If I could actually afford to be donating to him, as it were, you know, to actually chip in for his content, his website, his channel, all the business, I honestly would. This guy deserves all the support this community can give him. I mean, I use this website every stream, so it's a shame he's using adverts, but I completely get it. Just, I always chuckle when it's... there've been a few that have looked a little bit funny, you know, and I'm thinking, do I keep this on my stream or do I just pretend it's not there? But, hey, it is what it is. Alright. Last round, up against Sharamudoi. They didn't attack. They got 10 banners. Where was it? Did they hit Trench? Yeah, they hit Trench. Let me move my cam. Yeah, they preloaded it a bit. I guess they didn't really want to do much else. And I'm kind of glad because I needed the win and I couldn't get past their front wall with what I'd done on the bottom. So, yeah, I'm glad at that. Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, 100%. If he's got to make money to just keep himself going, I would rather him do stuff like that than compromise in either what he's putting out or the fact that he has to stop altogether. So, yeah, he's got to do what he's got to do, and I completely understand it. I'll understand respect, you know. Is that 3375 on your ult? Very close to facing your own ult account. Am I? That would be scary if so. Unscary, but scary. Oh, it's alright. I saw Mini Wolf then. I'm thinking, I'm not allies with Wolfie. Wouldn't be against it. It's just I know I'm not. Nah, I'm quite a way off, I think, timing. 3415, so it's what? 40? 25, yeah, 40. No, it's pretty close. I wouldn't mind Revan, right? He's been retired for Oh, how long has he been retired now? About 6 months? Maybe longer? So yeah, the fact that I'm still behind Revan's skill rating, that is amusing. Alright. I don't know why I went that way. So final round up against Soyak. I've done 0 research for this round. So let's see what they got. So they represent Empire Mandalore. I'm assuming that's Mandalore. 11.4 to 12.6 million GP. Data's 297 to 320. Behind on the Omicrons, 40 to 51. They've got all the GLs to my 6. I'm missing Jabba, Leia, and Ahsoka. Relics, 192 to 258. Yep, this is kind of how it usually goes for me now. Relic 9, 7 to 15. 8, 15 to 31. 7's 85 to 76. 5's 59 to 86. That's a bit of a rough one. So yeah, no surprises there. We're ahead on the 25s, or 25 mods, 58 to 44. Marginal lead on the 20s, 224 to 213. Behind on the 15s, 386 to 508. Slight edge on Datacrons. Quick skim of what they've got. At a glance, it's a very quick glance, I'd say their mods are looking respectable. I'm not sure about triple health there. Mixed set. You know, I wouldn't personally do that, but one health set is a bit odd. Some interesting things there. Again, nothing like outlandishly bad, but still questionable thing. And I would say all of these make sense in terms of them being fast. Maybe Boss Nass is a little bit of an outlier. But yeah, I'd say they all make sense to a degree. Alright. Let's see what they placed. Rebel, at the time of GAC lock, your Lord Vader was gear 10 with 2 Zetas. The team got a couple of holds this round. Out of curiosity, did you use the clones? Or did you pair him with some other Empire? If it was with the clones, that is intriguing. Hello there, Rebel, by the way. Let's have a look at what they've done. So, they've put down Balin. They've put down Rey. They've put down Bossy Nassy. Oh, I put Bisnass down. Okay. You don't mess with someone's Bisnass. Okay. Interesting top wall. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the idea that a baby Lord Vader clone team would actually still catch people out. Because I imagine there is a bit of people going, oh, it's only like gear 10. I could probably get away with doing this. And then you get owned a little bit. I do like the idea. If anything, I'm working on Lord Vader on my main, so considering I'll probably have him before the clones are farmable, that is intriguing. Okay. I feel like they're interesting walls. Let's have a look at that. Is it good level 6? Yeah. You know, it's strange. I really like Hook Cartel as a faction, so I don't particularly want to see this Kron go, but because it's wrecking my Night Sister counter to a degree, I'll be glad when it is gone. You've remodded your Great Mothers, you're going to start using them against Ahsoka. I've seen Vexatron using that. It does seem, especially if you've got a Relic 7 Spirit, it seems good. At least when Watson there or there's no Ezra. I feel like that's quite a few conditions. But yeah, I like the idea of it. Alright, I don't really want to because it's been tilting me like heck the last couple of rounds, but we're going to do Lord Vader. What's the tenacity on this boy? 130. That is tough. Okay. How I figure it, we do that. We do that. I've been told multiple times this week, why are you doing Bo-Katan against Ahsoka when it doesn't have a great win rate? I repeat, look at my roster. Don't really have many options. And plus, if it's got a win rate, I'm willing to give it a crack, you know? Freya's on defense. Oh, you played Vex this round. Oh, I knew you mentioned it. Yeah. You settled GLs. Wow. You cleared 7, including Lord Vader clones, but can get through Rey with Ezra and Sana DC. I look forward to seeing it. That could be a fun one. I mean, if anything, I always have that thing where it's like, you know what? Let's see how someone I know gets on. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that one. I do have Bane on this account. Yeah, sorry if my screen's a bit small. I do apologise. I have got Bane here. Hello, Sopper. How are you doing? I'm thinking we can see that. Do we chance Bulba again? Or maybe do Reva and do Bulba there? How's Jabba? I haven't asked him. I say, unless that's a very bad nickname for me, I'm going to say I'd appreciate not being called a slug. Oh. Hello, Cozy. How was Jabba the Hutt? I honestly don't know. I haven't spoken to him. Are you talking about my farm? Because I haven't got my Jabba. I generally don't know. You just unlocked Jabba yesterday. GG's. I am working on it. I got Kavorian Guard to Rowlet 1 yesterday. Yeah, I feel like that could be me in total Sopper. I could just write confused on my forehead and it'd be applicable. I want to try and set some things up on the stream as well for little memey things. You know what, Hal? I narrowly beat you to that message. Just narrowly. I was just mulling through and I was like, what have we got left? I was debating Imperial Troopers, but I thought, one, we're going to use Piet on Lord Vader, and also, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a Kron that was making that work. Oh, how is the Jabba battle? Shall we see? Because this is the one that is most likely to tilt me. So I might as well get it out of the way. I didn't really like Vader in there last time, so I figure let's throw Thrawn in. Maybe Thrawn's got a bit more about him. And that's the one I've been using. My Gungans, for context, not very good on this account. But I do appreciate the shout out for it, Asher. Yeah, let's go for it. Lord Vader, that is, not the Gungans. Alright. First special, Lord Vader. If I don't do that... Yeah. We got it. Cool. Five stacks. And she's out of there. You know what? Fracture. I don't want you taking a turn, big boy. Crush them. Boil them, crush them, stick them in a stew. You know, that's why it wound me up last round. Because I knew what I had to do. It's not bad when you don't know and you make a mistake, but when you do know and you've actually misplayed, like, really badly, it's so tilting. Won't mind, but that night, well, this is Saturday night, I'd said to myself, alright, you've had a bad BAC, but at least you can now, sit back tonight and watch Doctor Who. And I wouldn't say it was a bad episode, but man, it was not what I was expecting. And I don't mean that in a good way. It was like, I don't know, it felt like Russell T Davies had probably written the worst episode of TV I've seen him write. I feel like I've probably gone overboard on that to a degree, but yeah, I've been watching new Doctor Who. You know, I've not really watched the originals, and for the ones he's written, I can't think of a worse one off the top of my head. At least comparative to what the story stakes were. You know, people might say Fira or something like that was bad, and I'm thinking, true, but it wasn't a series finale. Alright, 74 banners kick off. Thought I'd just fill in the gap there with the rant about Doctor Who, because it's been on my head. Alright, Ahsoka. Get the Mandalorians in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, honestly, that is what got me last time. I did forget the first special, so I just couldn't. I didn't land it. But I consoled myself a little by the fact that even then it might have been RNG dependent. Pardon me. Wow. But yeah, brilliant seeing the buffing into land, because then you know, right, I've got it. Do I know what Zeta is a good for Jocasta and which are skippable? I don't, I'm afraid, because I haven't really applied anything to her. Jocasta is very much a tune for me. So I'm not even going to try and bluff you and say I'd say this one or that one, because I just don't know the team that well. I don't know the tune that well. But if you find out, feel free to share with me. I assume at some point in the near future I'll have to work on it. I didn't know Balin could do Glat, so that's good information again for my main. Always appreciate it, Mol. Let's just pop up IG. Let's get the tracker on. Oh, great. I was going to say, Paz, can you do your job, pal? Okay, OG Bo got fractured. I'm a little bit worried here. I may have to do C, which I was hoping I could avoid in case we needed it at the back. Or Bane. Hey, yeah, no great mothers here. Okay. Hey, we got one. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, not liking this. Put that there. I just want to keep Bo getting the hits in. Plus, I don't feel like I'm over-exaggerating in saying that. I feel like Puyang is a big threat. Okay, that's just the Ahsokas. You know what? We'll pop that. Come on, let's get a turn. $17 birds, it's not a lot, but it's enough to get that going. Could really do with Paz getting a taunt. That'll do. Mint enough to get Ahsoka down. Is it a tank revive from? No. So we could do this in a mint and half. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind about Balin, because I haven't known what to do with him lately. You know, and anyone who saw my main account today, you get why I'm saying that. Or you might get why I'm saying that. $50 seconds. I just want Paz to hang around so that we've got a tank. Okay, he's not hanging around. Bye-bye, banners. Come on. 20 seconds. Oh, don't waste time doing that. That's it. Come on. Go again. Your turn, Bo. One more. No, not you. 5 seconds. Oh. Feels like an insult, that. Murder Bear's down, Phasma down, Finn down. It's kind of tilting as far as I need to one-shot it. I cannot afford to let... I can't afford to let it get a decent hit at me. Well, they're my pride and joy. I might as well let people see them. Does anyone know what's going to happen here? Like, what I should expect going into this? I mean... I appreciate that, Asher. So, if she's basics, she'll gain 10% health and protection. I like the idea of that. Definitely forward full CLS team. What's the Kron doing? Just Termia, which wouldn't have an impact. I know with my Crom farming for the next season, I'm going to just make sure I prioritize getting defense stats. I've done well before when I've had defense on my toons. I really wish when Chewie roared there, he actually did an actual roar. Not... But I've got Dapper Bobber and Fennec. I wouldn't say I can rely on the others as much. You do have to laugh a little bit, by the way, that if that hadn't been Rylak 9, it would have been a one-shot, wouldn't it? You know, give the guy his due. He took his GL to R9 and got a hold from it. You know, that's one of those times you look at the droid brains and say, yeah, it got me a hold. Okay. Trouble is, if I use Fennec there, then I definitely am giving up the Dabba Bubba. Oh, hang on. I opened up a window I didn't mean to. Yeah, I can't do Mandalorians, as we found out recently. I haven't got Django. But he's on defense. Mon Mothma's too weak, I'm sure of that. I've got this horrible feeling I've got to overkill it somehow. No Afria. Inquisitors I have got, but that definitely falls into the line of overkill. Yeah, just seen JML have to say, yeah, that's where your head's going. Yeah, I haven't got Luthen. Just a few tunes I missed out on. No Sarnaria. I mean, I've got Dabba Boba and Fennec. It's like I say, I can do that. The trouble is Fennec's only Rylak 1, so she wouldn't really be the slapper. Is there a clause actually saying that? There's nothing preventing that, surely. It's a bit of a waste, but equally, maybe not. I've just realised I wanted that for the Gungans. It's another little problem to throw in there. Yeah, maybe that's a good thing. Yeah. JML I want for Baylan. Do Bane it. Bane's probably the thing that's down at the bottom that I can afford to throw away. Either that or we C. But C feels very expensive to just clean up with. But C's probably more expendable than Bane. So yeah, I'm leaning towards that. See what, 0? Wow. Alright, we'll go Bane then. I'm amazed at that. Cool, Vader. What's the bet this is just one suck and done? Okay, she's got protection back, so I'll give her that. It's probably not one suck. Ooh, wrong window. 4-3 Django and Dengar, I think. It's been a bit warm of late, yeah. Last couple of days I've been wearing shorts, but I've been out and about today, so I thought I'd put my jeans back on. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, Vader's resisting death there. Unless I'm mistaken, Bane's second special reduces defense, doesn't it? So, surely we should start whittling down Ahsoka here. It's just a bit of a slog. One thing, we're 1 minute, we're into the final minute of the outbreak. I don't think we'll be through by that point. At least how it's looking. I'm a little nervous. I do have faith in Bane, but I also know Ahsoka's not to be underestimated. Yeah, never in doubt. Just in general, as all right. Just in general, it's why when you guys do come up and say, right, I've got this counter, or you know, this works easy, I do have to push back a bit at times because it's like, one, I know my own roster, but also I know if I've got a good feeling for that counter. So, you know, I don't want anyone to think I'm being snippy with them. It's just, I quite literally know, oh yeah, I need this for this, or I need that for that, or I don't have this, you know, and it's where it's difficult as well when I've got two accounts. You know, you guys straight up don't know what account I'm on when you pop in, so just we'll put that out there. You know, I'm not ever being snippy with any of you. Alright, let's do that. I think last time I did that and it was fine. Yeah, Zaris as well is going to help us out a bit here. Oh! On a Queen Amidala team? Ah, I get you, I get you. I thought you meant on the team. I was going to say, Odin with Queen? Thought that's some cooking if I've ever heard any. Okay, we're still hanging in there. We can afford to go over here a minute. Colonel Deluxe Fair. We haven't got Pilot Bodhi, so Jedi Bodhi feels like a stretch, isn't it? Right, they've all got Purge. Let's just heal up. Alright, 65. And then we got Saw Luthern and KK and Chase. I did have to actually go... I went snooping on Swagger GG at someone's profile who I trust. And I was like, what is the Saw comp that gives people headaches? And I've made sure that's on defense myself, and I'm pretty sure I've got the right Crom for it now. This isn't that Crom, but it's good to know. What do I want this into? Yeah. If I'm right, the nasty level 6 is the one with offense gains, is it? I may have caused myself a small issue there, but I'll come back to that in a minute. We're blaming crew if things go wrong. We may have been able to afford a different one. It's weird. I feel good, but I feel scared as well. This is the definition of like going through the emotions. Alright, come on, Taran. Come on, you're at 97 stacks of madness. You are literally crazy. You make Saul look sane. By the way, how cool would it be if Saul got Edge of Madness? Just a little side thought. Alright. Come on, you gotta yeet him here, surely. I mean, if he was never going to yeet him then, when would he? $64. Right. They've been chewing through my stuff. Let's see. No drops so far. They're on JMK. They're through JMK. Naturally, no drops on that wall. Have they touched this one? Nope. Is that it? Alright, I have actually got a decent level 6 there at least. Pack Revive is decent there as well. Yeah, I'd say that's actually a decent stat cron. You guys feel free to contradict if you disagree, but something. Alright, so back here we're facing Malgus, our own General Grievous problems, and Dash. It isn't Sarnacron at least. Can Sidious do General Grievous? I don't think he can based on the previous attempt we've had on that. Maybe Qui-Gon? Or even Night Sisters? And then maybe we can Qui-Gon that. Feels like we've got a few options. Honestly, I feel like they're okay. I've not seen that before, but I suppose the thing that I'm thinking is, dash AoE aside, I wouldn't have thought there'd be too much that would cause harm. Because if anything, Anakin would just go kaboom. Not like there's ability block in here. I will give that a go. Alright, that does give me a little cause for concern, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go for that. Right, it's still alive, so we're not going to use the special. Again, we're not using the special. Right, now. Okay. Its banner's dropped, but it's also a clean kill, so I'm taking it. Did it say Night Sisters? Yeah, that should still be okay here. Yeah, I haven't used Qui-Gon anywhere near as much on offense as most people have, so I still feel like I'm getting that like new Omicron thrill out of it. Pretty much since the moment I got the Omicron, it's been on defense for me. Yeah, don't worry, I think that glitch will resolve itself. It's just something people go through. Great. Asajj, come and cleanse me. Good girl. Asajj strikes me as the kind of character who would hate being called girl. Yeah, I'm going to revive, because then we can do that. Hopefully I haven't let you down, Kit. Alright, Malgus. I really want to recover banners. But I don't have what, so we're going to have to play it a bit safe. Okay, it's my flick climb hour. Why Discord's decided to make a vocal noise. Is there any such thing as a non-vocal noise? Also, I've got to say, I find it funny that we didn't get the 3 stacks of Beskar there. Okay. But it's not helping us. You know, Armora's completely locked down, but let's just fly on. And let's just hope that Armora doesn't die. Yet. Alright, the shock is irritating. Just do it. 59, that is... Alright, wall down. Alright, no drops on Treya. Let's see, what was next? JML and Balin? Alright, I may have misread something the other day. Yep, this is going back as badly as I was hoping to avoid. And that all came down to that AoE from Radin. Yeah, I'm stuck now. Yeah, it's funny, I heard the contrary, that you want to avoid it. That's where I went wrong. Okay. I need you all to know this just so you don't think I'm an idiot. I know this is probably zero hope in hell of winning, but I feel like it's probably the best thing I've got that can avoid using Slacker on this. Unless someone can tell me that, like, something else can beat Balin. This is against Ray, sadly. I don't have Gungans here. But like I said before, if you say something I haven't got, I'm not being funny, I'm basically running through what I don't have. Yeah, so no Gungans. I don't have Gungans, I don't have Balin, I don't have Afra. What else don't I have? Yeah, tight spot for sure. I've got Malgus, but I'm going to use that on Great Mothers. Yeah, I feel like I've been boxed in a bit. Might as well throw this and just see what happens. Yeah, I'm sick of seeing it because it really feels like it's a team comp that should have died once Ahsoka came out. Feels like the people who run it with Ahsoka, I should say. They're doing it just to be obnoxious. Yeah. We ain't getting it. Alright. I'm gonna have to pull it here. I mean, I could attack more, but I don't really see the point, and I've got to do my fleet climb, so... Doja, you've won. GG's. I just knew I was out then. I mean, feel free to check my roster, folks, in case I've missed something, but... I just look at it and I think there wasn't anything spare. I mean, I'm working on Jabba now. The First Order was the plan to get rid of Rey. JML's so disappointing right now. You think he's got 2 legendaries. Sorry, 3 legendaries. And Hoda in that situation. It's like, come on. JML needs to do something more than what he is. I know he's getting the Datacron soon, but it really feels like they need to give him something. Yeah, Calcron was there as well. I mean... I'm not saying that I didn't misplay, just to be clear, I am not saying that. But I feel like this is the problem with JML, and arguably C without Bane. That they're very, very delicate. You know, if you misplay a little bit with them, it goes wrong. Whereas it feels like with your Jabbas, your Slackers, your layers, by and large, those battles always seem to go smoothly, or you can rescue things if they go wrong. Whereas it's like the JML and C teams don't, I'll say C teams, C on his own, don't have a way of recovering when it goes bad. I'll try and find that comment so just bear with me. I'm wondering if I misremembered it or if it was misquoted.
Look at this.
Not that. Here we go. I usually use my TM granting JML GL special onto whichever non-GL Jedi's is fastest, which I did to JKR, onto whichever target situation is the most dangerous. Now, that is probably where I went wrong. I think I targeted Baylan instead of Shin or whoever. Yeah, I think that's just where I went wrong. I thought I went for a stun instead of focusing on the coins. Sorry, I've just realised you guys probably can't read that comment. It's tiny, isn't it? Oh. Why did the screen move? There we go. Is that a bit more legible for you? But yeah, I just remember reading this last night, and I was like, oh, okay, so is that what you do with JML now, then? So, again, I don't know who Matthews 1500 is. For all I know, they're Merodium 4 or something, you know, and they face, like, one Baylan, for all I know. But for all I know, they're in Kyber, you know, Kyber 1, Kyber 2, so I wasn't going to dismiss what they said. Yeah. Especially when they're trying to tell someone like Dax what to do. Yeah, that was just more disappointing than anything. Let me have a look at that word. Or the actual phrasing of it. yeah, now that is interesting. It says it can't be evaded or resisted, but without knowing, I'm going to assume that Balin's kit says that they cannot be stunned, or worse to that effect. Yeah, whenever a Misranel is dazed or stunned, they dispel it. So that is it, essentially. They did get stunned, but they dispelled it. Yeah, I definitely think that's a valid point, Ash. Not Asher, sorry, Hal. Yeah, I do completely agree with what you're saying there. I mean, I think there's always good advice for, like, general scenarios, but then actually applying it is definitely based on what you've got and what you can do with it. I mean, with both my accounts, I feel like my modding is about on point as what I can get. You know, I feel like all my big teams are modded in a respectable way. But sometimes that's not enough. Yeah, because he can't dispel it. Yeah, I can... It's like that cleanup. I'm sure Slacker would have won. But it's like, why do it? But yeah, I'll have to try and learn that. I mean... I think for me right now, my overriding feeling is that this 5v5 season's just been very disappointing. Like, I think I had a 2-1 on my free-to-play last round. When this is on auto, I'll have a look. I can't remember if it was a... Here we go. Oh, it was a 1-2. So... I'm going 1-2 on both. So yeah, that's a 2-4, which means I need to 3-0 my next week to actually positive win rate the season. I mean, look here, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4. By and large, I get 5-4. So... you would like to think... yeah, you'd like to think we got a shot. But I'd need a hell of a good week. 1849? Oh, the first round, yeah. Sorry, I was wondering what we're looking at. Dude, that one went pretty smooth. Granted, well, that was the thing, it was an R7 Ahsoka. And only an R9 Fulcrum. I think that just shows what it is. The more relics, the more... you need more from this, essentially. Yeah, it's just funny looking at some of that. It's like... there's the rounds I enjoy, when it feels like everything just goes so smoothly. And then... the bummer when things don't. Hey, Part, how you doing? You know, I'm thinking, and I set some things up for like chat, well, not necessarily chat alerts, that feels like follows and all that kind of stuff. I was thinking if there's a way I could get things to pop up if, not the screen I meant to change to. There we go. A bit like how I've been joking about the, I haven't got this, I haven't got that kind of thing. I'm wondering if there's a way of having it on screen or something, but I don't know how. That'd take a lot of jiggery pokery every round. I'll have to have a think on it. It'd be kind of cool if I could have it that, you know, you guys at a glance can see what I've got available and what I haven't. Let's just get a few of them. Yeah, that's an option. Because I genuinely do always appreciate the ideas from you guys. Just as far as... I know when I've done videos before, like even very recently, that's one of the things I do miss, that thing of, oh, I wonder if X knows what works and what doesn't, you know? So, I always respect it. It's just when I feel like people are catching up, it can get a bit awkward, can't it? I need to scrap this defense as well. I mean, at least as a bit of it. Let's see if we can go into the final week with something fresh. Yeah, it just feels like something has gone wrong with Crimson for a while. Oh, we have got an ad break on Twitch. Sorry, I've just clicked on something. I don't know what I've clicked on. Something called Quick Bar. Yeah, so I still need to go heavy up here. I could kind of believe that. No. I wouldn't have thought that, Hal, because it's 240 here, 219, 210, 240, so both fronts are equal, but the back's worth less on the bottom. I'm doing alright, Bolter. I'll admit, we've done with the GAs. I've done alright on my main. One drop, full clear. Free to play we have lost. So we're just going through it a little bit here and just trying to think what we can do to toughen it up a bit. Whilst juggling my fleet climb. How long have we got left on that? Just so I don't miss it. 2 minutes. Alright. Alright, let's go with the logic of making that is tough enough. Okay. The GLs we're missing here are Jabba, Leia, and Ahsoka. They're all the new ones. Or newer ones. Actually, let's pull this up. This might be a way of doing it. Don't worry, that'll come up in a minute while what I'm showing you. Here we go. So, like I say, missing Jabba, Leia, Ahsoka. We haven't got Balaam. We've got Bo, Bane, Malgus, no Ezrael, no Jar Jar. We got Darkside Vision, Rey, Starkiller, Aaron, and Raver. No Great Mothers, no Luthern. Well, I say no, obviously not built. And Apo's not usable. Anything else that maybe didn't get picked up there? No Afra. Rex isn't built. Yeah, I don't think there's much else missed. Ezra's a little bit off, I think. I'll come back to the actual one in a minute, so I've got to do my battle, but let's have a look how far was Ezra. 270 out of 330. It's a little annoying because when that Conquest was around, I thought, oh, I don't need Ezra. You know, I'm not going for Ahsoka anytime soon here. And yeah, it becomes one of the more plug-and-play characters in the game. So that was a whiff on my part. Yeah, I've been using Nest with Rey recently. I didn't get a hold today, but in general, I felt like it's been doing alright. I think shifting things around might have that effect as well. I mean, I really wish I could afford to put Maul on defense, just Maul and the Mandalorians, even though they aren't meta. They're at least a separate team, you know, they're not... I feel like I've just got a waste of full characters when I can't use him. Yeah, that's kind of where my head is. As much as I'd like to stonewall them with the Slacker, I know I'm going to need it to beat things myself. I mean, when I go through like my Galactic Legend racks on this account, you'd see I'm actually, at one point anyway, I was further along on Leia than I was Jabba, so I kind of, I went weirdly about it. I should have gone for Leia first, but in my mind I was thinking Smuggler's Run is probably more beneficial. So I thought, let's just get Jabba done. But yeah, Leia's goated. The problem with the free-to-play as well, the fact that obviously you can't benefit from Lightspeed bundles. So I've essentially spent the last year playing catch-up, getting the GLs I missed out on. It really comes to bite you. Yeah, that's largely how I've been trying to play on my main. If anything, I'm trying to set teams that are just difficult. Like, I deliberately took Saw up this week from Gear 12 to Relic just so that I could place a Saw team. It just, you know, I don't feel like that's something I usually do. I don't just grab a toon, upgrade them and say, right, I have an Omicron, but I've seen how well he's been doing in Kyber and I thought, I've got to get in on that. I can't leave him. I mean, I feel weird on my main account now having Qui-Gon on me, but I feel like that's almost past. Alright, so have I got my squads here? I do. Right, now that was something that I put down. Oh! Veteran Smuggler Chewie just hanging in there. So, Rey, what was the one you suggested? L3 or Holdo? Holdo, why not? I'm sure that's the one I've been using. I mean, on paper that is fantastic for Rey. Yeah, 70k health. An extra 1,700 damage. Wonder if I can refine that Kron a bit. I say that, it's expiring in a couple of days, so is it worth it? Actually, what's the point in trying to refine it? It's pretty much there, isn't it? Yeah. That's interesting. I do like the idea of Quad May on offense. I don't feel like she gets as much benefit on defense, but equally I've been struggling to find a use for her on offense. Hello Ada, how you doing? Super jealous. I'm super jealous of you. Right. Alright. What would you say, those who if you feel comfortable answering this question, let's phrase it that way. Say I want to add Queen Amidala on the back wall. What is the biggest thing on the front wall that could pull out counters? So I'm thinking things that would pull out Bane, Shreya, and Rava. And I'm confident I don't have all of them, but let's see what we can pull out. I like the idea of setting something on the back that they've used up their stuff on the front wall. That's where my head is going. Supreme Leader Kylo? No, he does not. Supreme Leader Kylo is still up there. Alright, that's good to know on my main for the Great Modders. Can't really benefit here, but it is good to know. Black Apple's Bane. You see, this is the awkward thing. If I were to place Slacker down, if I run to something I can't beat, then I don't really have many answers then, because Slacker's the Swiss Army knife right now, up there with Bane. So yeah, it'd be very awkward putting Slacker down, but it would pose that problem. Yeah, Quad May's the one I'm thinking at the back, like the trap, but I don't have Balin. Oh, hang on, let me move my cam. That might help you guys see what I'm talking about, or what my options are. Like, the only thing I've placed so far is Rey. My thoughts are, can I afford to put Queen down back here? So we would do that. Oh. I know, it's so irritating, the fact that I just didn't even think about it. Be quite good. Yeah, that's Quad May. Queen Amidala. But yeah, my whole thought process is, what can we put on the front wall that makes it harder for the back? Not the Ezra you're used to, Ada. It's this one. Yeah, OG Ezra's not had any love. Well, he kind of had some love recently, but it wasn't the kind we wanted. I wouldn't call, what was it, level 12 there. It wasn't much. I do like the idea of the Chronicron. I thought you might. I thought you might have perked up with Ezra. But yeah, I feel like all the Datacron, the Focus Datacrons next season are interesting, but there's only so much you can do, isn't there? If like data cache was flowing and the Mark II materials were flowing, you'd be like, oh, okay, we can give this a go, but... I could put the... Could sub out Shaq then. Put Tekken. Alright, let's do that. Sorry, I'm trying not to go too quick and miss it. There we go. That's the other way around, isn't it? Yeah, I need counters, don't I? Yeah, I'd have thought that's what I need. Alright, so you want me to, like, search for Freya? Right, I'm with you. So, Freya's been third most often beating Queen. Snappy, yeah, sorry, go on. Mole, Bane probably still beats it, but stopped Jabba with Wrecker and team, and likely Inquisitor's not beating it. That's kind of what I'm essentially wanting to make it, that if they do get through the front wall, I've made them run out of things that can beat it easily. That's the plan. It's the thing when you haven't got a complete roster. You got to try and wing things a bit. Okay. Yeah, I know of the Omicron. I have not got it, but I know of it. So, Black Trey, Raver Bane. That's interesting. Queen isn't on you. At least in the scene category. Yeah, scene 167 times, 74% win rate. And that's with GMY. 52% win rate with Echo. Right, so essentially, like, put JMK down because that'll bait out Raver. Right, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, yeah, I must admit, Mol, I've been thinking to myself, should I do it? And I think I said it on my guild Discord yesterday. It's like, what's the point in doing it if we're still nowhere near doing the mission? You know. Yeah, I do get that. Right, I just had an epiphany. It won't stop too much, but it might help a little. I mean, this is the thing. We don't know what next week's opponents have got, do we? We assume they have everything. You know, that's the way to play it at the moment. But we don't know. Alright, so I suppose that's the question then. If they've got Balin, can I just... Balin? Right, what's Balin being used against? So JMK is the top one. I haven't got Saw. Or Ahsoka. Malgus. Or GG. So maybe we do that. Maybe we put GG down here. Right, and we go back to Bane now. There we go. And the most common one's going to be Queen Amidala. Maybe we do set Raver. It's the thing. I know what you're getting at, Botafogo, but the trouble is I do run out of options. You know what I mean? It's like a minute ago I have T-Max saying don't do anything with JMK because Balin's around. You know, it's like, do you see my problem? I'm not saying either of you are wrong, but it's like there comes a point when I do have to say, right, something will get beaten easily by something, but I've got to try and pull counters out. Do you know where I'm coming from? Again, I'm really trying to put out... I do respect what people are coming out with. It's just, it's funny to me. It's like, what do you want me to do? Yeah, that's kind of the thing, isn't it? I mean, the thing that would solidify the front more is Slacker, but I don't want to play Slacker. That's my big thing. If I play Slacker, I'm relying on Lord Vader without clones, JML, which has lost as a GAC today, and C. I mean, forgive me if I say that feels bad. I mean, I can afford back. I can afford back and mace because I can afford to use something smaller on my free-to-play. Sorry, I can afford to use something smaller with Qui-Gon on offense, I should have said. Yeah. I get what you're saying there, Botafogo. I feel like, especially with being my free-to-play account, I can't always afford the time to do that week, well, match by match. So it's where having a catch-all defense suits this account a bit right now. I mean, I'll be honest, I've done this because I'm sure I've heard that GK boosts the win rate of Ray a little bit, granted with Ezra, but I'm thinking, right, if GK helps here, then we'll do it. So Mace kind of needs to go here. We could probably sub in Blow, but that's... That's how I'm feeling right now, T-Max, I'll be honest. I'm feeling like everything's just going to get beaten. Maybe we do Treya. Treya's been on defense for me for a bit. Hey up, Darts. We're trying to sort out the mess that is my free-to-play. I don't know if you want chime in, man. Have we got plain old Dark Side? That might be alright. Honestly, I'm trying to just reorganize my defense because it's been a bit of a mess recently. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going, Rufada. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do. Again, I do reiterate 6 GLs, so it's like I can't go too heavy, but equally I don't go too light on defense. It's where I really do wish I'd got everything because it would make the problem so much easier. Okay, so I say this with respect. What would you do in my shoes then? I mean, by all means, I love the idea of the Ewoks at the back. I will say that. I do like the idea of Ewoks at the back, or Bounty Hunters, or some Garbanzo team. You know, and when we're talking about efficiency, I definitely love it because people might underestimate them. I'm happy to put me what I've got available again, just so that can be seen. Oh, saying that, I've got 15 minutes until my flick climb hour's up. Let me just do one last battle. Once I'm on full auto, I can put some stuff on screen for you. Weaknesses, I feel, are easy to say. I've got 6 GLs, so that is not great. I'm missing Jabba, Leia, and Ahsoka. I'm missing Baylan. And I'm missing Luthen and Ezreal. That's... Oh, and Jar Jar. So, other than that, I'm doing great. I mean, somehow despite that, I'm only 1 million behind my main account now. Okay, so this is going back to a point I've made before. Especially with my free-to-play, I feel like I need to... without being funny with it, I do need to actually have something I can set week by week rather than match by match. So that's where some of my issues there come in, because I don't want to be doing something that I've got to micromanage every match. Just practically, I don't have enough time to do my main account usually, let alone both of them. So it's where, again, in general, I am looking for a more catch-all defense. Wait, I can full auto now, can't I? Hang on, I can shut this down then, can't I? Yeah. Okay, so Dash Scoundrels I can make work. I've got, I mean, that was one of my favourite teams way back when, Bam led Scoundrels, but that kind of died a bit. Well, more because Bo-Katan nicked Bam. Pull Potty Tails up in a minute, I'll see if I can work something out. Just in terms of you guys can see what squads I've got a bit more there, I guess. Maybe. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. Potty Tails has been more headaching. Just for next week right now. The thing is, until I know what crons I've got, it feels a bit funny planning for that. I mean, obviously I hope I get good crons, but we don't know, do we? Alright, let's just remove these. I feel like that's fine. I'm going to say, I feel like that is in Ruth Vader's mantra, shall we say. It's bleeding banners. You're not going to get a clean win on Executor. Well, okay, correction. If you use Negotiator, you're probably not going to get a clean win. Negotiator Endurance. If you use Leviathan, you will, but then you've not got Leviathan on defense. So, how I see it, that's fine. Leviathan, I've put down, that should be okay. And Mal's just a banner bleeder anyway. Those focus DCs, I just wish they didn't cost so much of the Mark 2s and 3s. Hell, the 1s. Alright, so let's start with, was it T-Max who said Trench? Oh, it was Halate. Halate. Alright, so Trench. Shall we leave Django out in case we can use more DeLoreans? Because we can maybe do something like... That's some fact. Maybe that. It all depends on if it's worth having Django for a Maul team, clean up and Ahsoka. But even then, we're going to the point of you don't want to be cleaning up Ahsoka. Alright, let's do it then. I actually don't have a Separatist Cron, that's surprising. I've got tank. Go on, we'll go with that. Let's put the Ewoks down. Let's just get them on the back wall where they've been before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the one I like. Yeah, I was looking at the level 3s. I was thinking that one looped the better in terms of whenever we're dazing and stunning. I mean, we're still getting daze out with low... yeah, with low grey. Okay. Still feel the need to ask that question, though. Can we get... We haven't got that actual decent cron. Maybe we just go for that, then. When I say decent cron, by the way, I don't mean, like, the full shebang. What I mean is, like, we haven't got that effect. Right, let's just go until I see low gear. Yeah. I mean, it'd be cringy as all hell, but I suppose I could do like a put cartel team prior to Jabba. Yeah, that could be decent. I mean, it's been on my front wall for a week. Yeah, let's do that. Go for that. I mean, I could do something like this, but the trouble is then I can't use the Datacron. I feel like Grief's a must with him, and I just haven't geared him up. Put Amidala here. I know that that doesn't work. Did that? Oh. Yeah, and all allies are immune to cooldown manipulation, yeah. But it's not worth putting a decent cron on, I might as well go for the Omega one. I mean, feasibly, this all feels like, what teams can I afford not to use on offense? So, one that kind of screams out to me, and I think it would be decent protecting this. Gas. I just don't use gas. Right, I know that wouldn't kick in. Maybe that. But it's not a high level of potency, is it? So is it worth wasting a light side tank revive? Captain Rex's gear 12. I know what you mean. If I got Captain Rex free, it'd be decent here. I was trying to think if there was something I could do to make it a little bit more resistant to CLS. There isn't bulk in the set, is there? Yes, I'll take that. Maybe apply that. Just a chance to dispel debuffs. It has got potency. I'm not wrong in thinking, am I, that potency is good for gas, so that if they do GAR ISC, it makes it harder? Maybe in the off-season I could remod my gas for potency. Again, maybe someone could contradict me there. I might not have read right. But I thought the whole thing with modding GAR and ISC was that you mod them for tenacity. Something tells me I haven't got that. I say it because I don't recall seeing that, Crom. The 15% being back to the light side is decent, I'll agree. There's another option. I'm assuming that's the one you were talking about. Yeah, but we haven't got it for light side. Yeah, buffs on death. That could be decent. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing some part of the calculation, but... It's a small bump, isn't it? It goes from 8885 to 10.2. That's not factoring in fives. Yeah, it's safe to say he hasn't got high offense, so maybe I need to rework him a bit. Still, we haven't locked in mods, so, you know, we can work on that after. So we've got 5 teams down, just another 6 to go. Oh joy. Alright, I'm just wondering who's pinging me. I don't know why Discord hasn't muted itself today. Usually it always does it. Zuri Omicron, yeah, we got that. I love it when I can say I've got something. Like, yay, I've got that one. I do like Rose Omicron here as well, so I think we pop that in, don't we? Maybe that one? Yeah, I haven't got the 25% TM or TM on special. At least if we're talking smugglers. If I'm opening it up, then we might be able to find one. Yeah, I wouldn't say we got either of them, to be fair. Oh, sorry, we have got, like, starting with 25% turn meter. I did miss that. Can't revive with Finn could be interesting. Do I have another of them? Yeah. I'd rather throw that one away because I think that with the armor pen is just nice for Ufus. It was, yeah. It's where this account has just fallen behind in ways that I don't like. Some of the really good meta teams are just not available. I want to make sure I keep up with the raid. That way, like I'm farming the new Bad Batch shards now. And it just means I'm not falling behind in that regard, at least. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go up a Woolerman. If we do dash. Wheel IG. Who can we spare to go with this motley crew? Zamomi, yes. Yeah, Grief is the one that's the Grief and Mando are outliers. They just don't have Datacron access, so it feels very awkward setting that on the front wall. You know, even with the speed, it's like, ooh. I don't even think I've modded them well. Yeah, Grief's 240. What's Boss? 275? You know, I know that Zam would buff them, but it'd still be probably Imperial Trooper or something. And I feel like I'd be stealing a lot of resources away from another team if I sped them up. We don't have Jabba on this account. I'm working on it. Yeah, it's like we've got Bushral at one here. I was mulling that over on the bat wall, but I didn't actually know what would be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I think they all have leads. Chrysanthemum, defeat the enemy leader. Not sure how practical that is on defense. Kind of want something that's just catch-all, don't you? Something that the AI could probably handle on its own. Damage an enemy without buffs 15 times. That would be a very easy one to counter because you're just taking the team with a load of buffs. Maybe Bulba. Beat the first enemy that takes a turn. Yeah, the contract's the difficult thing with this. I'm curious if we could get that to pull off. Like, something like this. Let me just check. What's Chris Hansen's Omicron doing? Okay, so that could potentially work. Yeah. This is the only reason why I was thinking here. He loses all of this. With Zam. Confusion's one thing. I mean, we could give it a go just for giggles, I guess. It is where my head is. I'm like, do we do that? I mean, we can put Tank Revive. It'll bring Chrysanthemum back. But potentially, they could get to everyone but Chrysanthemum, and then he just comes back on his own. This is why it's that weird thing with Zam, isn't it? You want her for the fact that they're all bounty hunters, but you don't want her because she doesn't like Hook Cartel. Or Hook Cartel don't like her, I should say. No worries, Snappy, no worries. That's going to be a super slow team, but the only thing I can think going for it is the fact that we've got a pre-taunt. Also, it would be interesting if they got Afrocron and they used it on there to avoid the thermal damage. That would be kind of interesting. I say, because it's something I'd consider. You know, as far as, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that here. I don't have a Relic L3 now. Again, it's on my wish list. We might get a stun with Mace. I mean, Dash and Raver. With Dash, it almost feels like pulling names out of a hat to go with him. I mean, maybe go for these. They aren't doing anything, but they are a pair, and I think there is some synergy with the leader. Oh, it's a resistance ally. Right. Bit of a shame, that. I mean, I've been liking this Chron on offense for the Ufus, but honestly, it might be a good idea to take it away. Right. So before I like leave this, let's just go here. This is all Crimson. Let's just go through this and delete what we've put down. So Raver's on defense. But that's the only thing that's changed there. What else have we added? Like, what's actually available now? That wasn't. We've still got the 4 GLs. We've got Malgus, Adrad, Bo-Katan. Still got Seer. Got TTMG, that's not much. Something, but I wouldn't want pin a win on it. We have got GG. It's weird in a way. I feel like not a lot has changed, but it's just reordered things a little bit. Okay. I think GG makes more sense over that. All right, remove that. We've got Trier available, which I've been missing a little bit. I'm not seeing much else, though, that's been freed up. I mean, again, maybe Trier is just enough, you know? Like, Sorty's something that I'm thinking maybe we've got to throw that down. I don't have Jabber on this account, so we actually got rid of the Hook Cartel group we were trying out with. Okay. I'm assuming we take out Phasma. Okay. It's alright, I've got Roof on Twitch saying Queen JMK Raver should be on offense. Yeah. Let's put Qui-Gon there. don't know if you can actually hear me, Roof. That's why I thumbed up there. How I'm viewing it, again, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but my thought process is these are all teams that I can either make do without, or the teams that should nick banners. Have I actually got a second? No, I haven't got a second team. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's move the... Let's move that off this wall. And then back here we can do one, two, three, four, five. I mean, it's low end on efficiency, but that then brings Kenobi back. Yeah, no worries, Alex. I'll drop you a DM. I mean, how I look at it, I do completely get what Roof's saying. I just worry about giving them too many 69 opportunities. Yeah. That's what my concern is as well. You know, even if you save everything for offense, there comes a point when you're probably still facing a risky match. It's where I'll be glad when I've got Jabba on here, because at least then it's 7 versus 9 instead of 6 versus 9. Now, I know everyone likes the 69, but that's not the point. I was going to say, Darts, you just walked right into that one. I'm not surprised at all. Yeah. Let me just copy that so I can send a friend request before I forget. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that all season. On my main, anyway. Jabba's just too easy to beat on defense. But having him is better than not having him. It's like here, you look and it's like, oh god, we're nowhere near, but we've got 3 Gear 12s to get rid of, and then we're actually on track. Plus the Relic levels aren't the worst for Jabba. We got the Relicates out, well, the Relicates out the way, so it's, what, 7, 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, 3, 4? 4 maybe? 3 and 3, I think? I don't know. Did I get that right? Yeah, it was 4 for Aurora. Yeah, and they had 2 6s. You know, I curse my memory. I have really good spurts of memory over silly things and then absolutely crap memory on things that I need to remember. Like, in the other room, if my mum can hear me, she'll be cursing the fact that I've just remembered them, whereas I can't remember, like, I can't remember to get something out for tea tonight. Oh, so the fact that I haven't got anything out for tea tonight, it's fine, because I've remembered that bloody Jabba has these Galactic Legend requirements at this level. Hey. Man, oh man. Most people like playing efficiency and are bad at knowing when to underman. You'd be surprised how many people even in Upper Cab 1 will beat themselves trying to play efficiently. I mean, I'd argue today I had a bit of that on my main. Like, I'd planned it all out, and the first wall went brilliantly. I don't think we dropped much at all, you know, in terms of banners. And then on the back wall, there was a bounty on the team, and I knew it was coming. And I thought, right, I'm going to do Dad Bob Bulber and Fennec here. But I just completely underestimated their ability to get an not an insta-kill, but perma-kill off. So they were able to one-shot Dad Bob Bulber, and then Fennec was on her own doing nothing. So it was one of those where I was trying to gamble on a 2-man, and in the end it could cost me. Yeah, that's one of the things that's really irritating me about GA right now. It's not like I don't respect it. One sec. But it does irritate. It's the idea, can I have at least a few more people like myself who are maybe punching up a bit? Feels like every round is 9 GLs, and I'm like, this is on both of my accounts, and I'm like, surely there are 1 or 2 more who should be like me. But it's like this bracket, I think there was 1 or 2 like me on my main, and I'm thinking, come on, can we face each other? And no, I've faced the 9 GL ones each time, despite losing. I mean, kudos to those with no GLs doing better than I've done this week, but still. Let me just save this as Crimson 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you talking about... I'm a little confused what you mean there, Ruth. I don't know if that's basically trying to point out that only the biggest accounts should succeed, or if that's... you're doing a Yoda. I mean, again, I've got to count myself lucky there, Darts. I do find the time to do it. I mean, by all accounts today, I'm actually chatting more than I usually do. But it's because my GAs kind of ran fast. Oh, someone knocked me back, you sneaky bugger. I was 3rd before me payout. If I'd known, I'd have come back here. Right, I get where you come from now. I thought we had just been turning into Yoda a little bit, saying do or do not. Yeah, I mean, for that reason, I do respect it. You know, I will always appreciate the fact that I'm probably going to get outmatched. I think it's just that thing of sometimes you're like, can you at least throw me someone who's like me, trying to actually punch up? Oh yeah, by all means, I respect the game. I think it's just, again, every now and then you're like, come on, just keep throwing me a bone. I still haven't got that, have I? Alright, here's a question for you guys, just in terms of, you've all been in these shoes at some point or another, I'm assuming. You're in my situation here. You've got 3 Relegates to do. Padme's probably the easy no to this one, but which one of these 3 do you take to Relegate first? I mean, I've kind of said Art Trooper to myself because I can put it with gas. And I don't really use Dooku at the moment. I've not got Trench built here. But is there an argument to actually just suck up do Padme now? Whichever way, I won't get the 3 Relegates done first. That way, the heaviest ones are done. Alright, so 2 for Padme. I mean, whichever way, I've got to do it. I was just going to say we're going back in time with Light Side Geo. Oh yeah, I'm hoping for that myself. I am... The number of times I've said I'm frustrated about ships in this game is unreal. You know, it's so weird looking at the bottom end of my account. My main account, obviously. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, the last big bundles have fluffed it up a bit, but... You know, none of these characters except for the Ahsoka Rex are urgent, you know. Like, Sabine, Huyang, is there another around here? No, just them 2. They obviously need bumping up as a priority. But everything else seems like in a good position. And I'm trying to get these 4 up to Gear 12 so that they're done. And then there's nothing that's... Oh, nothing other than this little outlier here that is below Gear 12 that isn't a new tune, if you like. I won't get Barriss done so I can put her on a Ray team next GAC. But saying that, I've got about a month to do it. You know, 3s are coming around. We're going to be having a month of Rey Ben Ezra. So she's not needed straight away. But if I can get it done for 5v5 season, great. Batch is just waiting for a dash of these. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of... I'm lost in my own thoughts here, so I think it might be a sign to wrap this up. This is what I did on my back wall, for anyone curious, by the way. I thought I will hide this time and pop something down I've not actually popped down. I'm hoping that's enough to trick this guy up for a win, but we'll see. I've done it before, but it's not a common occurrence for me, I must say. I'm not that good a player. I can usually just stumble into a win. that is the good one, isn't it? Whenever they inflict a debuff on an enemy during their turn, they deal bonus damage. If so, I have got that. I would assume it would be a tough job getting through the protection up. Just an assumption. Oh, yeah. Again, Anakin will AoE. He will AoE. He'll be angry and he will hit hard. It is one of the reasons I still don't like Qui-Gons on defense, because I know if it goes wrong, you will die. In a Padme team, the purple protection, the protection up becomes damage, yeah, by courage. I heard a rumour that that might be what Jedi Master Mace Windu's kit's going to revolve around. I think that would be interesting if he deals with courage. I wouldn't think of him as a courageous character. I wouldn't call him cowardly, but I wouldn't have called him courageous. Yeah, egotistical could be a word. There we go, a bit of daze. I didn't really want to put the taunt on Leia, but I know it's only Squad Arena this, but I'm just trying to play it as like logically as I can. Oh, you get it. I thought I might as well get it done. I do think it'd be very lore fitting if Gas can beat Jedi Master Mace Windu, for what it's worth. I think if they haven't made that a thing, it's a shame. You know, I'm just saying, if people got upset that Gas could beat it, I'd be like, I know Gas is an old team, but come on, surely the law should say the guy who actually knocked Mace out the Windu should be able to beat him. Probably won't happen, but I'm just putting my 10 penny worth there. I've heard talk of it about Cerebro. I mean, I'm not so sure myself, let's say that. If I pull my stats up, I only had a little run with it the other day, like 2 or 3 games. And I wasn't actually running an optimized deck at that. Yeah, C2 didn't do too great for me, but I'm sure there's a better version of it. I was just goofing around because I saw someone reached infinite with this in my alliance. That was actually a little bit of fun today, even though the win rate wouldn't suggest it's good. Sauron's technically the best deck right now. I was enjoying that, but again, the win rate's not backing it up. I mean, again, that did really well for me when I just had a little play around with it. You know, you've got the Storm War Machine Legion, Infinite, but then you've got some move things as well to sort of play into a Stormed lane if you don't pull War Machine. I really want to see this guy come back. Well, these guys. Feels like they've been pushed out too hard. Alright, let's see if I can find a raid for you folks. It'd be safe to say this is the longest I've stalled at the end of a stream. Like, normally once I finish my GAs, I'm off, so... By my normal standards, I've loitered. If Knight Anakin goes solo versus Master Window, it instantly becomes a 1v1 with 3 phases and a march to the PS2 game. I like that game. I really did. Alright, I'm going to be upfront with you folks. There's no quote-unquote big streamer on at the moment. What I can see is there's a guy who I've never heard of, but he's called the Mighty Captain Frost. It looks like he's a relatively new player, but he's got his webcam set up and everything, so it looks like he's engaging with people. I also think he could be a good place to raid. I'm not just saying it because I'm trying to raid you. So I'm going to start a raid here. I think this is a good place to send you. If I'm wrong, I apologise, but give him a go. I say new streamers do deserve a chance. Alright, so with that in mind, I don't think I had any followers today, but I know I had a raid. Let me just check that quickly. I think the raid might still be going. Yeah, we had a raid from the Burm. So thank you very much, Burm. Can I get my raid button back? I forgot what I'm doing here. There we go. I'm already raiding, apparently. It won't let me hit the button twice. That sounds about right. Okay, folks. Enjoy the rest of your week until Thursday, when I'll be back for the final week of GA. So until then, I will just say bye for now, everyone.
What's up, JS Productions? Thanks for the raid, man. Hope everyone coming in is having a good Monday so far. Hope you're. Let's. We playing. Sorry, I can't show you right now. I'm in a PvP